Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be getting ourselves a wither to spawn and getting ourselves a nether star. I hope you guys are ready. Alright guys, so by the end of this episode, I hope to have up a wither skeleton spawner and to have potentially killed the wither, at least one wither. So we can set up our mass energy storage and get ready for the final item, which is that Draconic item, which is going to require like 300 million RF or something crazy like that. Some really large number that we're going to have stored. So, with that being said, let's get to work. We have a lot to do. As you can see, I did make a crafter. This will all be explained in a few episodes from now, but I did reroute all of my stuff. So, planks. I guess I used all my planks. But yeah, I rerouted all of my power system. My power system has been completely changed. You can see now I have my charger down here, which is hooked up to everything. Let me go down below. I'll show you real quick, and then we can jump into everything else. Here's how my power system is set up now. So currently, I just have all my residual power being pumped into the flux plug. Now, this is self-sustaining power. It is powering itself, which is perfect. But I did change my network setup. So I created an input and output network now that I have those networks ready to go. So this is inputting power into our storage. So if you do have a storage, you're going to need to have two separate channels. One inputting in, one exporting out. So that's what I have here. And I have a plug going here. I've made it blue. And as you can see, we are inputting about 500 RF a tick, somewhere around there. And then down here, we are pulling out about 200 RF a tick, somewhere similar. So that 300 RF a tick is just building up slowly. And as you can see, it's charging you 7 million RF there, which is kind of nice. It's only been doing that for just a little bit of time. So sooner or later, that thing will fill up and we will be rock and rolling, right? We'll be doing pretty good. As you can see right here, this currently is hooked up to the wrong network. So I was in the process of fixing all these network setups, but this guy should be good. This should be set to all sides input and accept power. So there we go. Perfect. Well, with that being said, let's start changing a few things. So I routed some power to these lamps so that way I can turn this on and I can shut this whole machine down, right? Because I need to shut it down because today we're going to be working on getting ourselves a spawner set up. But let me go through the process of what we're going to have to do. Step one, we're going to have to get some kind of skeleton heads. Step two, we're going to take those skeleton heads and we're going to convert those skeleton heads with the power crafting table into wither skeleton eggs. Well, the first wither skeleton egg that we're going to get, we're going to use that to spawn them, and we're going to use RFTools with a syringe to capture that guy, right? So we're going to get that done, and then hopefully by the end, we will have an RFTools powered spawner producing wither. And also, we could spawn in, with that auto killer we're going to have, we can spawn in some gas, because once we get some wither skeleton skulls themselves, we can then spawn in some gas. And we are going to need all of that today. So, to begin, let's start by breaking into here and setting up a couple things. So we're going to need some way to push mobs. So I don't know the best way to do this. I don't think Dark Utilities is in here, so we don't have like platforms to move things, but we do have fans. And these fans that are equipped from mob grinding utils actually work really well. They work really well. So let's go ahead and try these guys out. Now, they also accept upgrades as well. So we're going to need three of them to push. Speaking of mob grinding utils, we're also going to need to make ourselves the mob masher. This is how we're going to get heads. This thing has upgrades that will allow us to get some heads here. 1, 2, 3. That's going to allow us to make this. We're going to need 2 of those. And we're going to be able to make this guy. We're going to need 2 more just for the whole section here. There we go. So we have the mob mesher. We have some fans. I think these fans will work. We may have to apply at least an upgrade to give it a width modifier of +1. And what that'll do is expand on each side +1. And I think 2 will be fine. I think. We may have to figure something else out, but I don't know. For right now, we may have to make 2 more mob fans if this doesn't work. Okay, so we have that done. Now let's figure out the rest. So we have that. We're going to need to work on Mob Masher upgrades with the beheading right here. And this is going to take a little while, but we need 10, so we're going to need 20 of each helmet. So we need to remember that. 20 of each helmet, right? So if we count how many spots we have in our inventory, currently we have a few slots in our inventory, right? Right? Yes? Okay. So we have a 3x9, which will give us a lovely 27. So if we filled in 7 blocks here, we will get exactly 20 whenever we shift click. So there's 7. So when we shift click these in, we should get exactly 20, if my math is correct. And there we go. We should be able to shift click all those in and start working on gold. Okay? Alright, let's work on the gold helmets. And we should get 20 of these as well. It's a pretty easy way of doing this. It takes a lot of the counting and effort out of this whole setup. Alright, so beheading. We now should be able to make these. And make a bunch of them. We're going to need some nuggets, which is fine. We'll probably honestly run out of... Nope, we have just enough. There we go. So there's our 10, right? That's the main thing we need, but I think killing some stuff a little bit faster will help out a little bit. So with that, we can also grab what is called the sharpness, which will help us kill them a little bit quicker. So I'm going to make a bunch of swords. Not iron rods. That is not what I need. I can't believe that just broke all of that. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Luckily we only wasted like, what, 4? There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That should give us quite a bit, I think. I don't know. We'll find out when we go to makeup. There's 6. That's perfect. That's all we need. There's nothing else I really need to worry about. Okay, so let's get some levers and we'll get this party started, right? So on the back of this, I think what we will do here is we'll have 2 fans pushing this direction and have these fans pushing into what will be right here connected, which will be our mob masher, right? So if I put the mob masher down, it's going to face that way. I don't want it to face that way. I want it to face towards the glass, which I will be converting this from glass to something else here. Like so. Now this thing, once it's powered, will start causing some damage. So we're going to have to worry about that soon. But let's go ahead and pull this out. And then back here, I guess we can automatically throw in a lever. Which, oh, I guess we'll be able to access it from the inside, right? Yes, we'll be able to access it from the inside. That makes it nice. Perfect. So, I don't know which direction the fan faces. Okay, it looks like it faces the way that you place it. So, we'll place 2 fans here. And really, I'm going to need 1 more fan. 1 more fan. So, let's go ahead and make that. Very simple. So, technically, we needed 4 fans for the application that we're working on. And then each one of these are going to receive an upgrade. Right? And you can hit show area and you can see that it is the perfect size. And this is going to push all mobs in that general direction. Same on this side. Perfect. And then these should show just a central area going right into this. Look at this. Our farm worked out perfectly. Alright, so on the other side, let's go ahead and, or at least for right now, let's go ahead and throw the fan levers here. That should power on that fan. Lever here. That should power on that fan. And you can see they're on and pushing. And you gotta be very careful. Do not walk into this thing once you get these guys turned on because they are going to be very powerful. Very powerful. Alright, and we can throw the levers onto these guys. And now this guy is fully functional. And we should start seeing skeleton heads rolling in. Along with a bunch of other heads. But we're going to need a way of collecting the mob drops. And that's where this hopper is going to come in handy. So the hopper that you can barely see that comes with mob grinding utils is going to need a few things. It's going to need a hopper, which I guess we had one, and it's going to need some obsidian. And then we get this really nice, compact setup here. Let's go ahead and take the diamond chest, and then I'm going to take this fluid trash can, and we're going to use this. I'm going to set this here, and the fluid trash can here, and we're going to set up the hopper right here, and on the side we can select what we want things to do. So over here, let's see, what side are we facing? We're facing west, so the west needs to go into items, item, and then on the east side needs to be fluid, which is experience, which is going to flow up in here. Which is perfect. Now all we got to do is get our glass set back. And we should be ready to rock and roll, right? As soon as I can reach through here. Oh, that's a solid block. Oh, no. Oh, yep, we're going to have to break this and replace. There we go. Now it's solid. Now, right below, I don't think redstone affects this. I hope it doesn't. But we're going to turn that on, and as you can see, it is rolling. And let's start getting some items flowing by turning the lights off. Now, some mobs should start flowing in here. We should see items build up in here and go into this chest, hopefully. It might take a little bit of time. But items are supposed to be able to be pulled through here. Are they being done that way? I think this lever might actually have something to do with this whole issue. Turn that off. Would this lever work? I'm trying to see. Are items even coming out of this? I see experience disappearing, which leads me to believe that the experience is flowing in here. Let's turn these off. I want to see mobs flowing in there. We're receiving nothing in here, nothing in here. Oh boy. We may have some trouble on our hands. For one thing, I'm not seeing any items. Oh, we haven't put any upgrades in here, for one thing. Of course! We've put no upgrades in here. Alright, so now let's try it with some upgrades. I am going to put this a little higher, though. Or actually, I'm going to put this... Yeah, I'm going to put this a little higher. And see if that changes how this is working. I hope it can reach. Right? It can reach down here, yes. Okay, so we turn off the hide area. And we'll turn this to item. And this to fluid. And now we should start getting some drops, hopefully. I just wanted to say, guys, I'm a total derp. You know why this isn't working? I don't know. Maybe because I never turned this guy off. Wow. Anyways, I did throw some other upgrades in there. Now we're getting items in here. Wow, how ridiculous was that? I can't believe that I made such an amateur mistake. Oh, that is so funny. Anyways, so the mob crusher, we'll throw you in here because we're actually going to use that mob crusher later on. But as you can see, we are getting heads. We're getting heads very slowly. Not exactly the heads that we are needing. We're getting creeper heads. Oh, there's some skeleton heads. But yes, we're going to be using these skeleton heads real soon to hook ourselves up with a few things. So let's take a look at the wither. So we have this wither skeleton spawn egg, as you can see here. It's going to require an egg, and it's going to require a wither skeleton. Now, eggs are an issue. They've always been an issue. I haven't been able to get passive mobs to spawn. So I need to figure out a way to get chickens to spawn. And I honestly don't have a clue on how to do that. So let's take a look here. Eggs. There's no crafting recipe for it whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to build a spawn area to hopefully grant us some chickens. Because chickens just are not spawning for us at all. And I'm going to see if I can't get any chickens or anything like that to spawn on it. Guys, I don't know what it is about today, but man, am I derping like crazy. Because I forgot. You can actually spawn in chickens yourself by making any of the mob eggs. So if you want any of the different types of mobs, you can spawn them in. With just a diamond block and a chicken and some seeds. Wow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab some seeds and some diamond. Oh, I am so mad at myself for not doing this earlier. Oh, man. And we're going to grab a hopper, because that's how we're going to store our chicken eggs. And we're going to need some wood. So let's go ahead and do this. And we'll make a few of these. Wow. I cannot believe that I totally forgot about that. So yeah, let's just surround this with a block, and then bam, we get ourselves a chicken. Nice. And I hope this is an adult chicken. That would be super sad if it's not an adult chicken. But anyways, I'm just going to use a normal hopper, and then on the sides we're going to place a normal block on the inside. And I'm going to surround this with a few trapdoors. And then we're going to just spawn the chicken in here. Simple as that. Wow. I cannot believe that I just can't believe that I forgot about all that. That is hilarious. Alright, so now that we have the potential egg about to pop out at any moment, we should have a few skeleton heads at this point. So yeah. So right now we're just waiting on a chicken to lay an egg. Now at this point, I guess we can go ahead and make the syringe. So the syringe is from actually RFTools. SYR. I don't know why I didn't spell that correctly. There we go. We'll grab ourselves the syringe. We're going to need this. And we're going to need some slabs. Let's grab a couple slabs, because we're going to set up a little area over here that we're going to drop this guy in. And he's just not going to know what is coming, right? We're going to spawn the wither skeleton right there. And that will allow us to use this syringe on him, plus potentially kill him. That is probably what we're going to end up doing. So, now that we have that part, chicken, have you dropped an egg? Oh boy, you have it. I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait a little bit. So, once this chicken drops an egg, I will be right back. Okay, so I literally had to wait. I literally had to wait for me. It was waiting for me to make another chicken, I'm almost positive. Because as soon as I put the other chicken in there, bam, another egg. So, whew, all of that for just one egg. Can I duplicate? Oh, I can't duplicate them. But at least we have them producing over there. But anyways, let's go ahead and make the one wither that we're gonna need. And I'm gonna go ahead and spawn this guy right there. And we're gonna use this syringe. You hit the wither skeleton with it, and what it's doing is filling the syringe with blood/DNA, so that way we can replicate this thing. So this thing is 100%. And it says use this to extract essence from mobs. So that's what we've just done. And yeah, now you're done. So perfect. Okay. So I don't really need that guy anymore, but I am going to need this. So a matter beamer is what we're going to need. We're going to need 4 matter beamers, or we're going to need several matter beamers actually. But we're going to need a spawner. Not any spawner, but an RFTools spawner, which is going to require all of these things. If you want to know how to get a blaze rod, you need to make a compactor, and you need to put blaze powder in the compactor to end up making that. But we're also going to need a machine frame, so let's go ahead and throw that together. You only need one spawner. And what this spawner does is it's going to tell us, when we put this in here, the particular items we're going to need. One being bone, which we have a ton of. The other one being some kind of organic matter. We're going to probably use potatoes. And you see we're going to need a bunch of those. And then we're going to need netherrack. So those are the few things you're going to need. But the problem is with the 30, the number 30 that we're going to need, it's going to require a few matter beamers. So I usually like to make like 5 matter beamers just for that one item. So that should be pretty easy to achieve. I hope. I say that now, but I hope it's easy to achieve. And we may potentially put this thing, this whole setup right here in our spawner system. So let's get this working. Let's get this working, all right? So let's go ahead, and back here we're going to get some chests. I'm going to need a few chests. We're also going to need some item transfer pipes. I'm going to use item ducts with a few of these guys. I don't know if we have, how many servos we have, but 51 is plenty. Okay. And then we're going to need some things from RFTools. Specifically the matter beamers. These guys are not cheap, by the way. We're going to need at least 5 for the main set, and then 2. So 7 in total, I think will be just fine. Now, I think the redstone block is the only thing that I'm going to be lacking here, so let's go ahead and make a bunch of redstone blocks. Yeah, I'm producing a bunch of redstone right now, but I think this is going to be the max for right now. I'm doing this because when we get to Draconic, we're going to need a bunch of redstone blocks there. Alright, so now that we have this set up, alright, we're going to need a way to transfer items, which we have that. We may need more chests, now that I look at it. I think we're going to need a chest per matter beamer. There we go. Perfect. And now we need to figure out a way to set this up. So for right now, I'm shutting this thing down. Let's shut this down. Turn this off. Close that. Don't want my chickens escaping. I gotta have my eggs. Alright. And then we're going to go back here and we're going to try and work this out. So that way, we could potentially have these wither skeletons falling in here and going directly to where we need them. So I'm actually going to open this up because I think what I might do is just have a fan push these guys into this area. Alright, so let's make another fan. Let's go ahead and link this just like so. And we'll make another fan if I have the stone slabs to support it. I don't have stone. Nice. Okay. Anyways, I do, however, have a way of smelting to get more. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and get a platform. So I'm going to use some basalt, just like we've had before. I'm actually just going to use the ones that we built for the platform up front. I did remove all this. If you guys did not notice that, what are you doing? I did remove all this, and it's all in my inventory, all in my system. Because we don't need that that mod anymore. So it was just taking up space. So I'm just like, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't need to be here. Alright, so wand. Let's get our magic wand again. And we're going to start setting this up. So it shouldn't take too long to get ourselves a system going here. Actually, I don't even need it to be very big. I literally just need a column here. Let's remove these. And we'll put those on the other side. We'll put these over here, and then turn those on, so that way we can have these blocks completely up against this. Now, the base fan, it goes 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and then a fan goes here. It should push these mobs right here, and then bam, they are stuck. They are stuck. Just a little bit of wandering might change. Actually, you know, we may need to actually make this like that, and then have the fan here, just so we know, we guarantee it's going to push them every time. So, with that being said, let's set up our spawner. Right? It shouldn't take too long. Our spawner block is going to require power. So, what we're going to have is one side open. And this should go like so. It's going to have to go the other way. It's going to have to face down. I don't want it dropping things on my head, you know? So, just like that, the way it faces is the way that it's going to spawn the mobs. And it should spawn them directly underneath. It literally drops them directly underneath. And that's what we need. Alright, so we're going to have to give this thing some power. I think I'm going to wait, though. Wait to give it power. Before I do that, I need to set up my matter beamers. So back here, we're going to have our 5 matter beamers. And then right here, we're going to have a matter beamer. Right there. So let's go ahead and get those guys placed. It doesn't have to be this close, they just have to be within range. And each one of these, I think, have to have power themselves. So we are going to power these. Let's get our points. I do have a bunch of points. These were previously made. But one thing, this is going to get power. I'm going to wait to power this, though. These guys all need power. And then we can configure this in a minute. So, select where it's all going to go to the output. Just like that. It takes a little bit of time to set these up. But like I said, it shouldn't take all that long. Perfect. We're getting close. We are getting close. And we won't power that one. Alright, so we need to give each one of these items. Now, this can be routed from one central chest, being it from right here. And we're going to use our pipes, our item ducts. Wrong way. What are you doing, Chosen? It goes like this. Alright, so that should supply each one of these with enough, at least to spawn a few, because we are going to need wither skeleton skulls, mainly to produce a wither. That's really the only reason we're doing this. And yeah, that's the only thing that's going to take a little bit of time. So we'll continue with this setup, like here. Each one of these are going to get their own set of items. One being, this is going to get potatoes, this is going to get bones, and the other one's going to get something else. Now we are going to need something called a smart wrench. Now, the smart wrench is going to allow us to link these matter beamers to what needs the matter. So, oh, we don't need to do that. We need to place this back down. We need to click on this, and then click on the block it needs to be linked with. Just like that. And you gotta do that for each one of these. Just so it knows what block is going to be beaming matter to. Perfect, and I hope this works, otherwise I'm gonna look like a fool, right? That's how it works. I normally set things up, and if they don't work, then I'm a complete total derp. Alright, so let's take our potatoes. I'm gonna get as many as I can. That's gonna be the main one that needs to go into all the beamers. And everything else I should have in my inventory, or inside my chest. Alright, so we'll throw those there, just like that. And that should be ready to go. I don't think these have to receive a redstone signal in order to work. I think they will just work as soon as this receives some power. Speaking of power, let's go ahead and give it some. Right? So now this has some power. I hope these don't require levers. If they do, we'll just break these blocks underneath and we'll give them power underneath there. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good to me. Alright, so on the other side. We're going to need netherrack. And this needs to be set to, not quantity mode. Who uses that? Actually, I'm sure a lot of people actually use it. So I'm going to supply this with plenty of netherrack. I don't think it'll ever use that much. And then we're also going to need bones, which I have a huge amount from the mob farm, to spawn in some bones for these withers. Alright, and that is about it. I think that the only thing that's left is add the syringe. And... okay, matter's not beaming. That may be the fact that, like I said, it might need redstone signals. So, we can try throwing this underneath and see if that changes anything. Right? If I power this block, does that power the beam? What am I missing here? What am I missing? Is this just too close? Is that the issue? Almost feel like that's potentially the issue. So bone, netherrack, and we have our potatoes going in. Oh, we're not actually feeding it anything. Was we haven't activated the servos. Derp. If we don't have anything to beam into this, how is it going to beam? There it goes. That's all it needed. It needed, yeah, wow. Wow, Chosen. You're really smart. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of these set up. And then we need to get the fan. I don't want to do all the items until we have the fan, right? So I don't want to put the last item in until we get that fan made. So let's go ahead and grab the stone. And we'll go ahead and make that. Right? That's all we needed. Mob fan and a lever. Perfect. We are ready to rock and roll. Let me get inside this this building in the back, and that should be all we need. That doesn't need to be there. And it should, like I said, spawn these in. We'll have the fan here. I'll put these blocks all back. I promise. There we go. And that one there. Last but not least, this. Turn it on. Alright. And the next item, all we gotta do, turn this. Set it up. That should send matter to here, I think. Was I wrong about something? Was I right about it needing redstone? I think I am. I think these actually need a redstone signal in order to function. Watch. I bet this is exactly what it needs. Yes. So these all technically need redstone signals. Of course. So I'm going to spend my time breaking these blocks and placing levers on all of them. So, moment of truth. Let's turn all these on, especially these, because they are going to be matter beaming really fast. Turn that one on, and that one. Oh, and I hear them. Do you hear them? They are going in there. Are they being pushed into the grinder, though? Yes. Now, all we gotta do, turn it on. Oh boy. Oh yeah. That is super satisfying. And look at the wither skeleton skulls that are already building up. Nice. So, now that we have this, we need a way to kill the wither. Right? We need a way to kill the wither. We have this set up. These will stop eventually, by the way. So we won't actually have as many heads as we currently have. But we will have plenty real soon. Alright, so let's start killing the wither. Now, we are going to need a cage for it. And we're going to need a wither... Actually, I'm going to set this up. So, not better with mods. What am I doing? Industrial foregoing has a wither builder that requires a nether star, but this is the problem. I don't know which direction the wither is going to face. So, let's start making this. There's actually wither-proof blocks that are added into here. And you can make them just like this, very simple, with obsidian and iron bars. So I'm going to make a few iron bars, and we're going to make a few of these. So I'm going to need 9, 24, let's see if 24 is enough. Are we just lacking obsidian? That is crazy. We will get more obsidian made very quickly. And we need to set this up somewhere. Somewhere that's not going to be that dangerous, right? So, why not our front door? Why not? Why not our front door? That's usually the best place to do things like this. And that way, if anything happens, I mean, it might blow that area up, right? Right? So, we need to place an area down for this guy. Just like so, usually works. And we're going to have another area going up, and we're basically going to trap him in a little 3x3 area. Like so. I hope we have enough of this. Let's go ahead and break that. And he should be pretty comfortable down in here. So we're going to have this, 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 and this. And we need to go one taller. And we're going to run out. Barely. Barely run out. Even though technically, we don't even need that. Like, we don't even need this. The thing's going to be killed so fast. It's going to flash before your eyes. You're not even going to know what happened. But I am going to make a few more just so we have this completed. Alright, so with that being said, now all we have to do, place these few blocks. I actually probably need to break this one, because this is going to be our placement of how we're going to actually place all of our stuff. And then that should be perfect. So now we're going to cheese this guy. If I can talk. If I can English today. Alright, and then we're going to set this guy up. Or we're going to have it ready. So, let's go ahead and get the mob crusher ready. I need to figure out which side it faces. So it faces away from me, which is going to be perfect. Soul sand. Oh, we haven't made soul sand yet. Okay, so to make soul sand, we need sand. And that's as simple as it can get. Oh wait, this guy, you need to not. You need to not do that. I don't know how to even turn you off. Okay, we need to break you. I need my sand. I do. You're not gonna mess this up. Alright, so there's a little bit of soul sand. There's a little bit more. That should be plenty. Now I can place you back. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. There we go. Alright, so we have everything ready. We have our heads, we have all this, we have our mob crusher. I need to make sure that my mob crusher is far enough away when I do place it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this would be the 8th block. So that should be far enough away. And with its upgrade, if we show the area, that is plenty far enough. Plenty to kill the wither. And so yeah, we can go ahead and break this. And we shouldn't have to worry about his explosions or anything like that. But this thing does need a little bit of power. So let's get some power. And we'll use this with some coal. That should be sufficient power for any of these processes. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw that in there. Perfect. That is powering that guy. Let's build the wither. This is literally the moment of truth. We have the wither built. This guy is going to kill the wither as soon as that wither decides it is done. I'm going to stand under here just in case this drops. Oh, that was not good. How did he get out of there? Did you see that? That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He straight up got out of there. Luckily, this was far enough away that it did kill him. But I don't see the drop. Did I miss something? Is this all wrong? What literally just happened there? What in the world just happened? Okay. Maybe we need to make this one wider? No. This is how it's always been. He straight up come out of this crazy and almost killed me. So we are going to try this again, right? So I did the solid cube this time, and I think that is going to be perfect. And I have the hole facing away from our direction. That was really weird, by the way. What happened there? I have no idea. I've never had that happen before. And I've made that design several times. So we need to get a hold of this. And we're going to just build this thing like this. And let the machine do the job. So this guy did turn a certain way, which is okay. But yeah, once this guy blows up, this should kill him, and we should collect the drop inside here. Right? There we go. And there's our nether star. Whew. Okay, so that is done. That part is done. So now we actually have 1 star, but we are going to need a bunch more stars, so that's where that wither builder will come in handy. But we're not going to use this for the wither builder just quite yet. We're going to make a draconic power core, and then we're also going to make some energy stabilizers. So this is going to require some draconic cores. We need 4 of these. And then we're going to need some blaze rod, which I'm working on getting a few of. There's our blaze rod. That should hopefully be enough. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think a 5th one, which we'll get in just a second. And we'll get this thing slowly but surely set up. I think we're going to make a tier 3 right off the bat. Or at least try to make a tier 3. So I need all of these to be turned into these guys. There's the energy stabilizers. And we're also going to need ourselves an energy core. Now this is going to require the wyvern. It's going to require a bunch of these. It's going to require 2, 3. We're going to make 3 of those. This is going to require 4. So we'll make 3 of those. And there we go. There's a wyvern core. We're going to make some of these wyvern energy cores, which are going to require a bit of redstone. And there's our energy core. So that should be everything we need to get this guy set up and working. Alright, so all the way up top here, this is where this bad boy is going to go. Right here, right here, right here, and right here. And then directly in the center, we're going to use some building blocks to put this guy right in the center. Just like that. Perfect. So this is going to get ourselves, hopefully, a energy ball ready to go. So let's get our builder guide activated. We're going to get this to a tier 3. And you can see right here, error, unexpected block. We don't have anything ready to go. So we need draconium blocks. And that should be easier than it looks. So we have tons of draconium at this point that I have been cooking over the last few episodes. So I think 64 is probably going to be perfect. So what we need is to place this down. And you can see right here, there's a block. Oh, by the way, I'm placing the wrong block. So if he places the wrong block, it's going to tell you it's the wrong block. So there we go. There, that's the right block. And yeah, we basically are going to be repeating this whole thing. We're making a giant cube. And the tier 3 is honestly not that hard to make. But it stores so much power just as a tier 3. So let's go ahead. And honestly, we could probably make the tier 4. But not just yet. So with that, we can activate it. And as you can see, this will store a lot of RF. That's a gagillion. So yeah, so much more than we'll probably ever need for this whole playthrough. 1 gagillion RF. I think that's how you pronounce it, gagillion. So yeah, more than a billion. Yeah, like 999 billion more. So a lot of power this can store. Now we need to get this stuff stored up. And to do that, we're going to have to make something else. So we're going to need some way to store. So we need energy pylons. This is going to require some diamonds and a little bit of finagling. To get, we're going to need Eyes of Ender. We're going to need 2 of these guys to make this. And we're going to need Draconic cores, 2 of those. And this is where our diamonds and emeralds are going to come in handy. As you can see, we get 2 of them. So we need 1 to place. They're going to be 2 separate sides. You can place them next to this. It doesn't really matter exactly where you place it. I'm going to place it here. And then on the other side, I'm going to place 1 here. All right. And these can be switched. I'm trying to remember how exactly to switch them. I think you have to click them with something. I just don't remember what it was. To swap this. Is it shift click maybe? Shift click shows you where it's going. But we do need glass. Maybe we have to set up the glass first. And this glass is going to give us the actual energy balls on here. And that's going to be working with our power. I'm trying to remember how exactly. I may have to read the book to remember how to do this. So Draconic has this lovely book that I think tells you how to change this. To toggle between the pylons, simply right-click the sphere. Okay, yeah, you have to. I thought you had to place the glass first. All right, so that's an export and that's an import, right? So that's what we're working with. So let's set this as an import, and we're going to remove our plugs. And our power system is literally about to completely change. This right here is going to now be swapped over to this, the input network, and this is going to change. This is going to change. This plug is going to be removed. Come on. Or this point. There we go. And these points can stay for right now. This is just going to... I'm going to drain all the power out of this, because we will no longer need that. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set this as the input. So all we got to do is hook to this. And we're going to select our input network and make sure that is the correct one. And you can see we're pulling out of that. So at almost 25,000 RF tick, we should empty that thing pretty quick. Pretty quick. And this is going to give us like almost an unlimited transfer rate. We will no longer have the bottleneck of this 25,000 RF transfer rate, which is going to really slow us down whenever we get into Draconic. So just keep that in mind. That is going to be a huge bottleneck. All right, so all of these need to be changed. So we're going to need another flux plug, which we do have a plug. It just my power is currently broken because of this setup. So let's actually just take this plug for right now. We'll replace the plug later on with some other one. We're going to pull that plug, thank you. And this plug is going to get changed into something different. So we'll put this plug on the export one, and we'll swap the network to the output, because this is actually the output network. And there we go. Look at that. We already have 17 million RF stored in this thing. a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of RF, but believe me, by the end of this episode, we're going to be producing a bunch more RF than that. And I mean a bunch more. So, I hope you guys are enjoying these series. If you are, guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.